Alright folks, welcome back to another budget gem or a budget bust. And today I have, yes, a Boss amplifier, which probably means I'm going to have a bust on my hands today. So this amplifier, a couple of you have requested it in my comments over the last several weeks, months, whatever. So I did buy one about 80-90 days ago. That's this one, and I've been kind of avoiding testing it because I don't really like wasting my time. But some of you swore to me that you thought that this thing, while overrated 1100 watts, could get 500-600 watts. And you know, I think I paid like $50 for this, and at that price, well, hey, if I can get 500-600 watts, hey, that would be a gem right there. So I tried my darndest to find out how this amplifier is rated. Other than the max rating of 1100 watts, Boss does not publish an RMS for the Riot series. So how I'm going to have to judge this amplifier is cost per watt. So I said months and months ago, the benchmark cost per watt, uncertified for a test, would be 13.6 cents per watt. And that was because I said at the time the Precision Power Phantom 1000D was my reference budget amp, and that one does 13.6 cents per watt uncertified. So I'm sticking with that formula. We're going to see if this one can do that. Again, you know, I'm not so sure about this one. These $50 Boss amps all tend to be about the same, meaning it's going to be the same guts as like an Armor 1500, Planet Audio Pulse 1500, an SSL 1500. They're all about the same. So we're going to find out. We are going to unbox this amp. We are going to amp dyno it, and we're going to find out just how much power this $50 amp has got. I really am trying, and I'm struggling to find amps I could recommend under $100 that are a monoblock amp. I've got the multi-channels; those seem to be okay, you know. But these monoblock amps, I'm struggling. I'm really struggling because, you know, they're not really such great values under $100. Once you pass $100, the values get great. So this is another one. I'm going to try to find that amp that I can really recommend under $100. There's already a couple, but I want to find several. So we'll give this one a shot. We'll see if it makes the list. But enough talking. Let's get into it. Let's unbox this bad boy. Okay, opening her up. First thing we got is our owner's manual. A bunch of different stuff in here. It comes with your warranty card. How many years is this? These usually have, I will say Boss usually has the longest warranty you can find. I'm not seeing how many years this one covers right there, but usually I've seen multiple year warranties. I think I've seen up to 6 years warranty on there. Satisfaction guarantees. Boss sticker, yay. You know, if you're really worried about showing your Boss pride, they include a Boss sticker on there. This is your owner's manual here. This does the whole Riot series, and this is the smallest of the Riot series monoblocks and the cheapest. Again, I paid right around $50 for this thing, and it is rated at, I don't know if you can see that or not, 1100 watts by 1 max power at 2 ohms. Yeah, there's no RMS ratings for this, so we're gonna find that out. We're gonna discover the mystery of what this amp does RMS power. And this is one Boss amplifier. Oh, I didn't think there was gonna be it, but there is. Remote base cable, remote base knob. Oh, and some other stuff, some high-low adapters. some mounting screws. Fabulous. Simply fabulous. Alright. This is a Class AB amplifier. And there we have it. One cheap amplifier. You know, I mean, it's got the giant Boss logo. I mean, I will say they don't design a bad-looking heatsink. I mean, this thing is light, though. Look, if any of you at home are like, oh, this is going to make 1,100 watts. No, it's not. Oh, it's going to make 500 watts. Doubtful. Yeah, this is light. I'm almost wondering if the guts inside are made of paper mache. So, yeah, I mean, this is it. Brushed aluminum top. Yeah. Alright, well, let's check out the sides. Along this side of the amplifier, we find our power terminals and our speaker output terminals. And of course, as you can see here, again, another amplifier with my much hated spade terminals attached. It just looks so cheap with spade terminals. Some of you out there I know love them. I hate them. It just looks so crappy. But here they are, of course. Battery, ground, remote. Yeah. One set. It is a mono block, but you don't get any summed mono dual connections, so you're going to have to find another way, because you're only going to be able to stick in one set of spade terminals over here. Positive, negative. And of course, one 30 amp fuse. So yes, you can already write off the fact that you are going to see 1,100 watts. You can also pretty much write off that you're not going to see 550 watts, that whole divided by 2. But, you know, as I explained earlier, since we don't have an RMS rating, I'm going to use the cost per watt as the basis on this amplifier, and that's 13.6 cents per watt, and that equals out to, on a $50 amplifier, 367 watts. So 30 amp fuse, there's a chance we could see 367 watts, but I am pretty doubtful on that, because I've seen 1500M rated bosses like the Armor 1500 and the Planet Audio PL 1500. Those only do about 180 watts with about the same fuse. So yeah. Along this side we have all of our settings, as well as our RCA inputs and our high level inputs, if you're going to use those instead of the RCAs. I mean, this is typical settings that you see on a quote-unquote El Cheapo amplifier. So while yes, it does have the remote subwoofer control, otherwise known as your bass knob, this says it's a full range amplifier, or could do full range. I don't know why you're going to do that with this, but it's low pass or full range. There's no high pass filter if you're going to do full range, and there is no subsonic filter. So bass boost, you have 0 or 18 dBs. So do you want to have no clipping or an enormous amount of clipping? It's not a 0, 6, 12, 18 selectable switch. If you're going to use it, I'd love to see a potentiometer in there. No, you don't get that. You have a low pass crossover from 250 hertz down to 50 hertz. And of course you have your gain, but you also have this over here. This is a sensitivity switch. So if you have a higher voltage deck, higher than 2 volts, you want to be in this position. So, and since I run a 4 volt deck, I'm going to be over here. If you run a less than 2 volt deck, so if you're running the El Cheapo decks, the ones that are like 40, 50 bucks, then you're going to want to be over here. So then this will make the range from 2 volts to 8 volts. Okay? And of course, here are your RCA ends, etc. So, alright, let's check out the guts. And oh yeah, there's about $50 worth of guts right in here. Oh boy, if you're at home thinking, how can Boss possibly sell this for $50? Well, this is why. It's a bunch of crap. We are in here. You get a little itty bitty, teeny weeny transformer right there. Well, it's seated decent, so that's nice. It doesn't move around. Oh, never mind. It is not exactly level in there. Yeah, that's made like crap. Get some Yuscon caps in there. They are 105 degrees, so whoopity-doo. A couple of 2200 ultra farad 35V caps. Those are your rail caps. So yeah, not a lot going on in here. It does have a little bit of a smell to it already. The amplifier came pre-blown out of the box. Just kidding. It just has a little bit of a smell to it though. But it's $50. What do you expect? So, okay, nothing left to do here but to strap up the Boss Riot R1100M up to our trusty Amp Dyno and find out just how much power this little amplifier produces. Yeah, it's going to be overrated, but let's find out what the real numbers are. I'm thinking like 150 to 220. We need to hit 367. So let's do it. Okay, just saw the results of the Boss Riot R1100M on the Amp Dyno, and yeah, not so good. You know, I would have called this thing a gem if it hit 367 watts, which is not a lot to ask, or possibly above that, but no. We got about 180 watts certified, a couple ticks over that, and we got around 200 watts uncertified and dynamic, which is not really a surprise to me. And why, you might be asking, why am I not surprised? Well, you know, at $50, this competes against the other Boss and SSL and Planet Audio $50, $60 amplifiers. And just like those, it's got some LEDs. It's got enough to attract a noob to the amplifier, and it'll give you about 180 to 200 watts. And I know some of you, there's going to be at least one of you in the comments that says, I'm full of shit, dynos don't mean nothing. You're going to use that type of grammar. You're going to spell nothing, N-U-T-H-I-N. And you're going to be like, well, it bumps my shit hard. Well, spoiler, 200 watts will make a subwoofer move, but it's not the same as an 1100 watt amplifier. And this amp is a bust. I mean, you saw the guts. There ain't nothing in this. This makes the 180 watts, and that's about it. I don't know how reliable it's going to be in the long term. I mean, Boss will warranty it, so you got that going for you. But you bought a $50 amp. That's what you get for $50. And, you know, before the arguments pop in of like, well, I mean, $50, 200 watts, that's not so bad. Well, I mean, think about it. For $70, you can get the Ignite amp that just did 750, 800 watts. My personal favorite, the JBL GTX 500, for $99 at Crutchfield. That'll get you over 800 watts. And for $69, when you find it on a rollback price, usually maybe around $80, you have that Power Acoustic Razor 2500D, which is a much better built amp, and that will give you 630 to 700 watts. So you have a lot more options for not a lot more money than this piece of junk. So I'm sorry, there's really no redeeming qualities on this one. So please don't buy one. And before you write in the comments that you know, I'm full of crap and this thing is a beast, you're wrong, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry you get ripped off. But for the rest of you out there, find something else, and we'll keep looking. As I mentioned earlier, I really search hard to try to find those under $100 amplifiers that are of value, and we're gonna keep searching. So that's it for me on this one, folks. Sorry it's another bust, but I got a lot more amps to test, and I'll see you next time.